What's going on, Pick 3 players? This is Miss Florida Hot Picks. Really quick, I want to show you guys how to start spotting patterns for your state, especially the state of Florida, our home state. I get so many comments saying, Miss Florida, you getting hits in all these other states. Why you don't do that for Florida? Please, there are hits here. Trust me when I tell you, but you got to pay attention. I want to share with you the rundown that I personally like to use, but you can test it out on others. And I want to share with you some other things that you have to focus your eye on. This is very important that you keep a daily log of what's going on. I'd rather show you than to tell you. So let's watch. So guys, we're going to actually just go through my step-by-step process. I want to share with you guys how I like to make sure I'm keeping a daily log. If you're not keeping a daily log in your state, you're going to be in a lot of trouble, because this is how you're going to identify possible patterns. The first thing when you're trying to figure out what's hitting in your state, you want to figure out maybe what's hitting straight across the rundown, okay? And there's a real reason for that, because there are hits that are literally that will come straight across the rundowns, but we have to be careful, okay? I think I have an error here. Let me fix this. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. In another area. Sorry, I got to make sure this grid is right. If you press on the buttons, I'll add everything up incorrectly. Anyways, so let's start talking about March 25th. We had a hit today of 978 midday. We had a hit of 213. Okay, awesome. Anyone that got those, congratulations to you. Okay, I want to share with you a couple ways to look at these hits that are coming. Let's talk about the 987. A lot of people always assume that you have to use your last draw to get hits. Sometimes it works out that way. Sometimes you have to go back. And sometimes there'll be days ahead or before, excuse me. Let's look at this March 23rd. You see here, there was a hit of 501. All right. We actually had this 987 going straight across. But there was something that your eye needed to catch in order for you to figure out that these could be some hot numbers. Now watch this. I'm hand holding this now, but hold on. Remember, I always talk about triples, right? I always tell you guys, pay attention to triples and false triples that are slanted sometimes. Why do we want to do that? Because this can tell us where to bring our eye. You know, a lot of people will say, oh yeah, just go around here. Look at the side splits. Look at this and just go Willy Wonka, right? And you do that and you're still one off, right? Well, we want to try to prevent that. Okay. So look at this 666 here. All right. You notice this 973 here. Okay. 973. And you have this number 987 going across. I want you to pay attention. Those are actually mirror numbers, okay? Now, what are mirror numbers? Does anyone know what mirror numbers are? I'm probably going to have to write that down really quick, but if I do, that's cool. So let's talk about that. So guys, these mirror numbers are very important right here. Make sure you jot them down, because I'm about to show you how you need to look at these. A lot of people pass on mirror numbers. They think they're not needed, but they're so very helpful. Why? Because you could be missing possible hits. When we talk about mirror numbers, we're saying like the number 0 could be a 5, or 5 could be a 0. A 1 could be a 6, or a 6 could be a 1. A 2 could be a 7, 7 could be a 2. 3 could be an 8, 8 could be a 3. 4 could be a 9, and a 9 could be a 4. Okay, this is very important. Okay, now watch this. Okay, that 973 that goes diagonal is the same mirror as 987. Whenever you guys have mirrors, and I talked about this with the state of Texas and several other states, sometimes whatever is under that triple or over the triple that runs across the mirror could be your hottest numbers on the grid. Okay, that's how you start to train your eye. When you see hits going straight across, maybe they're not in the perfect order. I gotcha. But this was awesome. This ran straight across. So when people say there's not hits coming from Florida using the 317, that is so false. I hate to tell you guys, there's plenty of hits here. We just have to pay attention to it. Okay. So yeah, that 978 hit March 25th. All right, midday. Let's go to another one here. This time there was a hit that was slanted. We had a 478 on March 23rd, midday. Let me show you where that came from. We just went a couple days back, and I'm going to, this time, I'm going to highlight the false triples. Now, false triples are triples that have mirrors in it. So instead of saying 111 or 666, we have 161. Okay. Now notice how this 478 runs 482 as its mirror. Okay. Again, I told you about these hot. This is a hot area. Make sure your eye knows how to locate the false trip. The number under it may be going across. Okay. So that 478 hit midday. All right. One thing I do want you to notice on both of these grids here, they had a very special number here. Okay. All right. You see this 99? That could be a trigger number. Okay. This 94, that could be a trigger number as well. Letting you know when you see a 94, 44, or something of the fours and their doubles or mirrors, that could be telling you the area as well. I'm going to go up because there were some other hits. And like that 487 was here. Look at that trigger number of 94. Okay. Okay. Watch this 487 because we just had that. Okay. That 487, we're going back to the 19th. It showed itself. All right. But when it manifests, it showed up as 478. So it did come across. It didn't just come across diagonally. It came across straight across. Okay, so pay attention. And here was your focus number, your false triples. Let's go ahead and highlight that so you see how all of this works together. Okay, I hope you guys will stop throwing away your triples and stuff because you never know how they'll start to help you out. So look at that, 473 was mirrored to 487 straight across. Notice our little trigger number here, our key digit, 9s and 4s. Now normally I like 2s and 7s. I've been noticing they've been doing some things with Florida. Okay, let me see if I can quickly see any more hits. If I could just did we have a 287 or I don't think we had that yet. Okay, we also had a 698 that went straight across. Okay, where's that 698? That came a few days later. So this came from March 16th. All right, and it finally came March 22nd. So we have stuff to study. There are hits coming across these grids, guys. You have to start paying attention. Well, I hope that helps. So you can't say there's no hits coming. There are, and plus there's even more. Pay attention to these diagonals. Why? Because there's hidden hits within these. Okay, like look at this 478. Now I'm going to show you something, and I probably shouldn't, but I am. Look at this 785 that's going diagonal with it. Okay, 875 hit the next day. That's how powerful these triples and false triples could be. So I want you guys to start paying attention. All right, any questions, definitely let me know. Hit me up in the comments.